I love the story of Hannah in the Old Testament, in the Bible, because it's so real. Here's a woman who has experienced real pain and suffering and loss. She's experienced infertility, childlessness. Childlessness was more than just sort of a personal grief. Economically, it was really, really difficult. For Hannah, she comes to the temple in the story that day, and she is in deep anguish, like deep anguish. In fact, it says in the Bible that like the priest thinks that she's been drinking, because the manifestation of her grief and her pain and her anguish is so much that she looks drunk. All this emotion, all this pain, and she brings it to God. That's why she's at the temple ultimately. She's bringing all this pain to God, all this pain. And she has this encounter with the priest. And then again, what it says in the Bible is this: as she has this encounter and she experiences God, essentially that's what happens, she experiences God in that moment, this peace comes. This peace just fills her. It says something like her face changes, or like the countenance of her face changes, and it's indicative of the fact that like her state of being has just changed, like this peace has come. And yet she's not pregnant at that moment. And so she prays, she experiences peace, and then it's only later that then she gets pregnant. This desire is fulfilled, this grief that she's been carrying is taken away because she's pregnant. And I'm so struck by that journey, that so often we think we can only get the peace that we want when the request that we have through our prayer is answered. So we think in terms of prayer, pregnancy, then peace. But the challenge in Hannah's story is to come to God. Yes, I mean, that's the first mistake, is that we don't bring this stuff to Him, is that we don't feel permission, that we don't feel we're allowed to bring our disappointment and our pain and our grief to God in the first place. But we must. God loves it. He longs that we would bring this stuff to Him. And then we bring it to Him and we ask for peace. And the Bible talks about shalom, and the root of the word shalom is about wholeness. It's not sort of this, this state of sort of having no worries. It's about connectedness in our lives. It's about bringing the fractured pieces, the brokenness together. We experience the peace, and then we trust that the provision will come, or the healing will come.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope this video has blessed you. Our crowdfunding studio relies on the generosity of our viewers. So if you would like to help us capture more conversations like the one you've just seen, you can find all of the information on how to give in our bio.